time for the big one. Hi, my name is Lex and welcome to my biggest project that I'm currently working on. This is the D100 Project Pan. It's based around the concept of a 100-sided dice. Basically, I roll in a couple of projects from each category of makeup and I roll a 100-sided dice to decide how many times I use each product. This lets me have some varied goals, some smaller goals, some larger goals, make some progress in my collection as a whole, and not feel like I'm neglecting things. We have a couple moves this month, so let's see what's happening in my collection. Let's see what progress I've made. Up first, the concealer I've been working on, which is a concealer from The Ordinary, and the packaging broke, so I've repotted it into this caviar illuminator from Wonder 2. I initially rolled this in for, I don't know, I think like 20 something uses, but I've just decided to keep this in until I finish it up, because having it in more open packaging, I feel like I want to get it used up so it doesn't go bad on me. There is still quite a bit in here. As you can see, there is just tons over on this side. It's all piled up in the corner. I have used this 17 times in the past month for a total of 69 tracked uses. I only use a tiny bit of this every time as basically an eye primer and a little bit under the eyes, so it is slow going, but I'm enjoying using it and I've found a way that really makes it work for my other products and things like that, so I will continue using it for now. It's good. I want to use it up. It might take me forever, but that's alright. The primer that I've been using is from Barefaced Chic. It's just this face primer, and when I rolled this in it was brand new, so I feel like I use quite a bit of it every time. I rolled this in for 23 uses and I've used it 13 times this past month, so that's only 10 more uses to go and I can definitely bang those out next month. I think honestly after that it'll be pretty close to finishing, so I might try and purposefully roll it into a project next year to try and finish it up. We'll see. It's not the nicest primer in the world because it's very dry. I put it on my face and it's just a little bit difficult to like distribute around, and sometimes I feel like I use too much product and it doesn't blend well with anything else, so I don't use cream products when I use this. But it is rather mattifying, so if I'm going in for a whole day of work and I want to be like true matte, I'll use this and then like my best mattifying powder, and I'm good for the day. Speaking of face powders, I usually have a really good powder that I roll in for my work days to really keep me matte, and a less good powder that I just kind of want to use up and get out of my collection that I'll use on my days off. So my really good powder at the moment is this Revolution Pro Loose Finishing Powder. This is just the translucent one, I believe. And I rolled this in for 42 uses. I've used it 12 times this past month. And that makes 33 uses total. As you can see, there isn't a ton of product left. It is just right around here. So I imagine I will be finishing it up probably next time I roll it in, if I roll it in for a decent amount of usage. It's a very, very nice powder. It works really well. It's very mattifying. I just don't necessarily think that it's a cheap powder, so it's worth the price. And I do think it's something I would look into repurchasing once I'm out of all my powders, because it is nice. I enjoy it. For my less good powder, or my not so mattifying powder, I had the PS My Perfect Colour Loose Baking Powder, also supposedly in the translucent shade, though it's a little bit beigey for that. This is where we currently are at, and yeah, I had this rolled in for 36 uses. I only had to use it 4 more times this month. I actually used it 6 times, but yeah, that's reached my goal, so this is rolling out. And it was okay. I definitely didn't really enjoy it. I think I only paid a couple of pounds for it, but I'll be looking to get that used up as soon as possible and out of my collection because I didn't love it. To replace it, I have this next translucent powder. This is what I have on my face today, and my big qualm with this is that it makes me still look really greasy. It doesn't last long at all. It doesn't work well for blending my powder products together. And it's just so white. It has a major white cast going on. It doesn't look like I've used this at all. I have used it a couple of times, but there's no dent or anything. There's just like the slightest bit of disturbance in the pan, but no biggie. I've rolled this in for 50 uses, and I used it 4 times this month, and it's just really showing me that I'm not a big fan of this product, to be honest. And I bought 3 of these, so I bought 3 of them in the sale. So I'm definitely going to have to use them up now. I think if next year there's anything that I feel like I need to lighten up a little bit, I'll just mix it with these, like one of these powders. Because if I can use them up in a way that, other than just putting it all over my face every day, then I would enjoy that greatly, because this is not my favourite product. I have to live with my decisions though, and I bought 3 of them, so I will use them up. For my bronzer, I've been using a bronzer from my Z palette, just a random depotted bronzer. And look at this. I genuinely think that I would have this done within like a week of use at most. It's like halfway up the pan, just in that little tiny edge bit. I rolled this in for 93 uses, and I've used it 62 times this month. I use it nearly every single time I do my makeup. I only don't take it like out and about with me if I'm staying the night somewhere else, because I'm not bringing my whole Z palette just for a bronzer, and I don't have anything else to really put it in. But that's a really nice bronzer. It's very warm toned, so I will be glad to finish it up soon and move on to maybe something a little bit more neutral. But it's really, really nice. I've really enjoyed using it, and I'm honestly just surprised at how much use I've gotten out of it, and how much progress I've made, because honestly, I've used almost that entire bronzer up just this year. And if I finish this up soon, probably by next month, then I will have finished my first ever bronzer, and I will be very proud of myself. But I definitely think I'll finish it before I reach that 93 use mark, because there is not a lot of it left at all, to be honest. The Z palette will be staying in though, because I have rolled in this pink blush that also lives in my Z palette, and my goal for this was 96 uses. I haven't used it at all this past month, so it's still at 33, and yeah, I keep forgetting about it, I can't lie. It's not at the forefront of my mind, and I was really busy reaching a goal in my 50 Shades of Black Project Pan for a blush, so that one was not exactly getting the love that it deserves. Hopefully now that I'm finishing up blushes and other projects, I will be able to focus on that a little bit more, and it is a cool toned pink, so it'll go with a lot more of my cool tone looks that I'm doing now for the winter, so yeah. I'm hopeful. The other blush that I have rolled in here is this Revolution Peach Ombre blush, and this one is brand new and still untouched. I rolled this in for 40 uses probably 2 months ago, and I still haven't touched it. It'll be my warm tone blush option for the foreseeable future though, so yeah. Can't always have good progress on everything, to be honest. As for my highlights, one of my highlights comes from the W7 Prismatic palette, and it is this pink shade down here. As you can see, it has that little pan there from where I use it as an inner corner highlight, and this had rolled in for 28 uses. I've used it 4 times this past month, which again, I'm picking up uses on highlights and things like that, bringing it up to 26 total uses. Only 2 more and I can roll this out, so I'm looking forward to doing that next month. I definitely will just use it twice and be done with it. It's been really, really nice. I like pink highlight. I like having different colour options for highlights. I've had a really nice like cool tone, a pink, a yellow, some duochrome ones. So I've really been able to play with my highlight a lot these past couple of months. It's been really, really nice. And it'll be fun to roll something else in, something new in this highlight's place. The cooler toned highlight that I've been working on comes from my PS Cruella de Vil palette. This is a highlighting palette, and I had this 5th shade rolled in, this one down here. And it has a big-ish pan in the corner. Well, big for a highlight anyway, highlight this size that I've been working on for a really long time. That's again where I use it as an inner corner, and then I just dip my whole brush in my big highlight brush when I'm using it on my cheeks. It has a lot more disturbance than the other shades now. Like, I can kind of see when I compare them that there is a little bit of a dip forming. And this had rolled in for 52 uses. I've used it 8 times over the past month. Again, I'm doing a lot of cool toned looks, so the cool toned highlight is working really, really well. So I'm up to 28 uses so far. I reckon it'll still be in for a couple of months, but it's nice. It's a nice highlight, and I'm enjoying using it, and it's really smooth. Like, it doesn't have very, very large glitter particles, so it is a very nice highlight to use. As always, lip products are the bane of my existence. I have this little Avon sample in the shade Wine with Everything that rolled in for 76 uses. I haven't touched it at all in the past month, but it has been used 10 times so far. The other sample I have in is this little one in the shade Country Rose. This rolled in for 52 uses, and I haven't used it at all yet, so I don't really have anything to say about it. I tend to kind of forget about lipsticks and lip products a lot, unless it's something really neutral like a gloss or a lip balm that I can just throw on when I'm at work. I tend to be really, really bad at using actual lipsticks and things. So I make no promises about getting more uses next month because I don't know. I don't expect that I will, to be honest. With Christmas coming up, though, I might be more tempted to use those kind of berry reddish tones. If I have anywhere nice to go, if I have anything cool to do, we'll see. The other lip product comes from my Benefit Party Like a Flock Star palette, and it is this shade here, Party to the Pink. I like that it has this little like plastic slidey thing to stop bits falling into my lip products. This is honestly pretty neutral. I tend to either layer it on top of stuff or just use it as a basic gloss. It rolled in for 83 uses. I've used it twice this past month for a total of 32 uses. So slow and steady progress. Again, it's difficult to reach for because it's in like big bulky packaging, so having to pull out a whole palette just to put a little bit of gloss on isn't exactly ideal. But yeah, it's nice, and I will definitely just keep it and use it because I don't have any qualms with it, aside from it being in awkward packaging. The lip balm I've been using at the moment is this Derma V10 Watermelon Lip Balm. This is what it's looking like. And this rolled in for 63 uses. I've used it 25 times this past month, so I have 54 uses on it now. I reckon if I just take it to work another 2 or 3 times, I'll be done with it. It's really easy to get use on. I don't feel strongly about the scent. It's not like so pungent and off-putting, but it does just taste like it smells like artificial watermelon, so it's not like the nicest smell in the world. But it's okay. I don't mind it. I'll use it. It's really convenient for me to have like tube lip balms for work because they are the easiest and I don't have to dip my dirty, grimy work fingers in like a little pot or anything. So yeah, they will consistently be my top choice for work lip balms. Then I have these 2 black liquid liners that I use interchangeably. They count as one thing on my makeup spreadsheet because a black liner is a black liner to me. This is my Technic liquid liner in the shade black, and this is the Sunkissed Just Wing It liner. This one is a little bit more difficult to put on, but it lasts longer. This one is a bit easier to put on, but it's smudgy sometimes. I only need to use these 10 more times because I have a 23 use goal and I've used them 13 times, so I only need 10 more uses, but it's just not been a liquid liner kind of month. I'll definitely use these on Halloween. I'm pre-filming this update by a couple of days. Normally I film everything on the 1st of the month. I'm pre-filming this by a couple of days because I know I'm going to be working those days, so I will definitely use this on Halloween when I go to work to do some little spider eyeliner. I love spider eyeliner. I do it every year for Halloween. So that'll definitely be at least one use. But aside from that, I make no promises. For my body glitter, I have this La Rive Golden Dream Body Mist. It doesn't smell of anything, so I just use it for the glitter. And it is down to here now. I've only used this once in the past month, because again, with it being winter and me wearing long sleeves all the time, I don't really need to glitz up. Plus I have a very glittery body lotion that I'm trying to use up at the moment, so even when I do wear short sleeves, I'm probably already glittery. This rolled in for 40 uses, and I've used it 18 times so far. I don't see this getting a ton of use unless I'm either going to parties or until summer rolls around again. I'm going on holiday to Thailand for 2 weeks in February, so perhaps whatever body glitter I have rolled in during February will get like a little bit of use if I take it on holiday with me, but that depends on whether I want to bring stuff with me or whether I want to do a bit of shopping while I'm there for some makeup and beauty products, because I have an idea of what I want already. We'll see. I have this false acacia hand cream, and this rolled in for 44 uses. I've used it 13 times so far. I'm working on a large hand cream in my 50 Shades of Black project pan, and that will definitely be taking priority continuously until it's done. So this is back burner at the moment. This is my strawberry perfume, and this rolled in for 97 uses. It smells really nice. I feel like the smell changes quite a bit, because when I first bought this it was very much like a sweet, it kind of smelled like strawberry gummies, but it's evolved and now it's sort of like a more floral strawberry, like a very powdery strawberry smell. Anyway, I've used this 6 times in the past month for a total of 41 uses, so we're around, coming up on halfway, I suppose. I like it. I feel bad using it up though, like it's one of those things that I want to savor and I only want to wear it when I'm going somewhere or doing something that I want to smell nice for, but yeah. I know that that's silly and I will just use it up because I can always buy it again, and it was a very inexpensive perfume, so I might as well get my use on it. Body sprays. I had my Mallow's Beauty Candy Floss body spray, and I think I've already binned the bottle for that. There was the tiniest little bit of liquid left in it last time. I honestly only got 3 uses on it, and it rolled in for 96 uses. I got 83 before it was finished, meaning I used it a total of 119 times to finish the whole bottle, from what I tracked. And it was honestly not the nicest scent towards the end. It just started smelling more and more artificial, and it wasn't sweet enough for, like, candy floss I think should be almost like borderline sickly sweet. Like, if I want to smell like candy floss, I want to smell sweet, and it just didn't. It just smelled kind of chemically and not so nice. So while I would be potentially inclined to buy another candy floss scented body spray, it definitely wouldn't be from Mallow's Beauty. I didn't think it just had much lasting power, and I didn't think that the smell smelled really nice. So yeah, I was glad to use that up in 119 uses. Good job me. Finally can roll something out of my collection. I rolled in this Body Shop Lime and Matcha body spray, and I literally only rolled this in for 3 uses. It's a hair and body mist, and it smells nice. I'm not sure that if you asked me I could place it as lime and matcha, because it just smells like a generic, like, citrusy perfume smell. But it was nice. I used it 3 times. It's rolling out. And I had my Victoria's Secret Temptation body spray. This was brand new when I rolled it in. As you can see, we've made a tiny tad of progress. I rolled this in for 21 uses, and I've used it 12 times so far. It's supposedly luscious apple and desert flower. I think this is the thing. Is like when I was in work and I was smelling all the different Victoria's Secret perfumes and I was like deciding which one I wanted to buy, like the two that I bought smelled the nicest, but only compared to the other Victoria's Secret perfumes. So now that I have them at home and I'm comparing them to perfumes I already own and like body mists that I already own, they don't smell like that good. It's like this is the average Victoria's Secret body mist. This is where these body mists are, but then this is like the average for my body mists that I have at home. So it's like, yeah, they were nice compared to the other Victoria's Secret body mists, but they're not that nice compared to all my body mists at home. So I definitely wouldn't buy them again because I don't think they're worth the money. I managed to get them on like a deal and a discount, so they weren't like they weren't like proper retail price, but I still don't think they were worth it. I can't lie. I can buy a nicer smelling, longer lasting body mist in Home Bargains for £2.50. So why am I spending that much money on a Victoria's Secret body spray? Riddle me that. I do still like it though, and I mixed that with my strawberry perfume a couple of times, and that was a really nice combo. So I'm not complaining at all, and I will use it up. It's an okay smell, yeah. Now time for the boring nail bit. Although I actually have some interesting stuff going on here at the moment. I had this nail polish in the shade Express Mocha rolled in for 7 uses. I had just been waiting on one more use for a couple of months now, but I wasn't very inclined to wear it because even though it looks brown to you, it looks brown to me in the camera, it looks brown when I look at it in person. When I actually put it on my nails, it just looked black, and I just wasn't into that, and I didn't feel like I could really wear that for work and stuff. But I finally got that last use, so this is rolling out after 7 uses. The other Avon nail polish I have is in Divine Lime, which is this lime green sparkly colour. This is really nice, but I have to do like 2 or 3 layers of it, and it's best to put a top coat over the top, otherwise it's like, it dries down to be a little bit rough, just because of the sparkles. But this had rolled in for 9 uses, and I've used it once again this month for a total of 4 out of 9 uses, which isn't bad for a nail polish. I have been using this mainly on my toes, and yeah, that's all I have to say really. I might do another manicure with this soon, just to get like a final fun coloured manicure before I choose to roll into like my more muted winter tones. Speaking of more muted winter tones, that might mean I finally get a use on this Mowbray number 762, which is this grey that you can see on the cap there. It's a grey, but it's a gel nail polish, so it's a lot more effort. It's like infinitely more effort than just a normal nail polish, but I will probably get some use on this when I feel like it's getting like wintry and I want to be more in that sort of like muted, cool toned colour palette. This rolled in for 2 uses, and I still have one more use left on this, so I will see when I get that done. It might not be next month, it might be the month after, but either way, we'll see. Because my other nail polish is rolling out, the Express Mocha, I've rolled in this hashtag flashmob by Markwins nail polish. This is just the blue one, they don't have shade names, and it's about half full because, don't tell my mum, but I spilt a bunch of it all over my floor. Yay. I cleaned it up very well. I don't think you can even see where it spilled. But yeah, that's probably wasted a bit of nail polish. This isn't my favourite nail polish. I got it in a set where there was like a white base, then I think about 5 or 6 of these colours, and then a bunch of glitters. And the glitters are great. That's actually what I have on my nails right now. Ignore the fact that they're all like chipped, but I have this as a base and then the glitter on top and then just a top coat to make everything look a little nicer. And they're very nice, very sparkly. I loved them. Did them for a party. I'll definitely be taking them off before I go to work tomorrow, but they were really nice. But I can't really do this nail polish on its own because it's just so sheer. Even if I do like 3 layers, it's still just kind of like that jelly sheer kind of nail polish, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Um, so I will just get my uses on this and roll it out. Speaking of, this has rolled in for 7 uses, and I've used it once for this manicure. So yeah, I will definitely just be using it in conjunction with this glitter a lot because I don't want to use this on its own, to be honest. That is everything I have for you today. Thank you for sticking around for this really, really long update. I say that as if all of these updates aren't really, really long for the D100 Project Pan, but yeah, I'm thinking about restructuring my projects for next year and how that would potentially look. So um, maybe throw me a comment down below if you have any projects in particular that you really want me to keep for next year. Otherwise, I might just look into switching it up a little and trying out some new projects or just changing the projects that I'm doing around a bit to make them work better for me. Because I feel like while I am enjoying all of my projects this year and I am getting decent use across a lot of products, I want to narrow it down and potentially change the way that I look at my goals. Like the D100 Project Pan is nice because it has a set usage, and once I reach that usage, products can roll out. But it means that I'm not really like sort of celebrating milestones that are like hitting pan or finishing up products. And I wanna do more of that. I think I wanna hyper focus on a couple of items until I've made visual progress on them, as opposed to just I'll use this 20 times and then roll it out, you know? But yeah, we will think about that when the new year kind of rolls around, but towards the end of December maybe I will look into um, what I think is a more manageable number of products, what are some more inspiring goals, which projects I really love and want to keep around, and which projects maybe aren't serving me so well anymore. We'll see. I'm interested. I'm always looking to sort of switch things up to make them work well for me and my panning goals at the time. Um, like I don't necessarily have to be doing the same projects for years and years and years. I can switch it up every year and see how it goes and have different goals and find different ways of reaching those goals in a way that motivates me and keeps things interesting for me and keeps things interesting for you guys watching. So yeah, I will see you all in my next video. Leave a comment down below if you have any thoughts on my projects at all. And have a nice day. Bye!